Welcome back, my lovelies. Alright. We need to talk. Yep, we're heading straight to the archives. Yeah, let's go. Yes, you don't need a tutorial every single time. I'm going to continue to complain about that every single time. I still have yet to finish the studium on my main. I just didn't have the motivation to do it, especially since you have to buy all the materials. I did the fishing one. I think I did the mining one and the botanist one. No, mining and botanist I think are together. Regardless, I finished all of the gathering ones. Yep, we're going into the restricted archives. Bum bum. But yeah, like the crafting ones, I never completed because I have to buy the materials. And I'm just like, ugh. I don't feel like buying. I mean, I could probably like gather the materials too. But at the same time, it's like,
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Let's have a look. About you. Are you what I'm looking for? That's about the emulga, the primals. Okay. Leather-bound log. What are you? Are you what I'm looking for? Hey, I think I found it. Yay! Here you are. I found it. Snickers creamer is really good, but it's like it tastes really good alongside the banana coffee.
The ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure.
Yeah, an Atmos.
Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified
Will
an
this lead us
ethereal wave
directly into
pattern
the
emitted during this
dungeon?
process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now.
I mean...
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Better not.
unfortunately. Oh, excuse me. Thud. Honestly, at this point, like, it feels like we might not hit the next dungeon until after our next episode. If I'm being honest, like, ugh. My brain is like, ooh, to the great work. Wrong tab. The great work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I end up seeing that we're getting closer to the dungeon, we'll just keep going. Otherwise, it'll probably be after next episode. My brain is like spinning a million miles a minute. Of course. So how do you feel about building an Atomos? It'll allow us to venture into the void. Oh, I love the Dada. Oh. Oh my gosh. True. 1,000 times yes. We plan to go on an expedition into the void, as I've said a million times. True. What are you planning, Stola? Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know where we're heading now, which means it'll be... Yeah, we Okay, I'm not making any promises. It's best I don't make any promises. Alright. Where? How far? Oh, that's not too far. We'll be fine. Now that I'm thinking on it, it'll be a while before we hit Dawn Trail. Well, not hit Dawn Trail. Before we do Dawn Trail. Just because I have so many things that I want to do. Because we're going to be doing Neo 1 and 2 after this. As I've explained before, we're probably going to be, in the middle of doing Neo 2 when Borderlands 4 comes out. So that'll take up the 3 o'clock time slot until it's done. Until Neo is done. Once Neo 2 is done, that Borderlands 4 will take over the noon time slot. And it's probably... We're definitely not finishing Borderlands 4 by the time Ghost of Yotei comes out. So once, you know, and then Ghost of Yotei will take up the 3 o'clock time slot. And then, you know, go to the noon. And my hope is that we finish Ghost of Yotei before... you spell feed. Ooh, baby. Okay. Finish Ghost of Yotei before Neo 3 comes out. My plan... Let me just do this real quick. My plan from there is if we still have time in between, you know, Ghost of Yotei and Neo 3, I want to start Final Fantasy Crisis Core. And my hope is by the time we finish Crisis Core, we'll be getting into Neo 3, or at least, you know, we'll be just about done with Crisis Core. Yep, let's go. Oh, you're gonna love this cutscene. It's both adorable and... Oh, no, this is the adorable version.
The ruins alone were impressive enough.
This
But
is
I
not the
never dreamed
terrifying
such
version.
a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There is something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
Yeah?
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
The familiar? Maybe send a familiar?
Very good. I see you've been paying attention.
Yay, big
As
praise by
Ritra sent his
Stola.
simulacrum, so too shall we rely on a familiar to bear the brunt of any unpleasant consequences. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
It's not the fiend that she's summoning.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Everyone is so...
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Oh boy.
In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
He's still in shock.
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
Everyone's still in
You
shock.
had best be on your guard as well.
From the incantation. Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
I'm already small enough to fit through the gate, thank you very much.
Let us begin, shall we? into the void.
Alright, time to wait. She's so excited.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side. Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We're out of time! I must reseal the void gate.
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void!
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
That they do. That they do.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
Yeah, it was.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Oh.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently.
Yeah, I could see it.
We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness.
Yep.
In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Unakalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
Yeah. Artbert's companion. Because I did that quest line, so now I know about this.
The adventurer who traveled with the Warriors of Light. And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns?
Absolutely.
I see. So Ciela, or rather Silva, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Unakalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
I mean, it's a very broken world.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
You don't need to encourage us. We already have our minds set to go do this.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Okay.
We will see you back in the city then.
Yeah. Yeah, I sense it too, Estinian. Yeah, let's do slaying. What is Alright, well. Okay. I'm gonna end this episode here, my lovelies. Like, comment, subscribe if you so choose to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!